Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Can't complain and won't complain, man. Good to have you here. We're on a tight schedule, so I'm just going to jump in and throw questions
Yep.
at you that you've been having thrown at you all day. So first of all, what attracted you both to 1 Mile?
Well, for me, it was this idea of, the father and daughter emotional aspect to the story, and then the fact that it was also a father-daughter action piece in a way, which I think is relatively unique. The story was born out of a real situation where our two producers, Aaron Kaplan and his daughter Jaden, were on a college tour trip. And they were in some rural back roads in New Hampshire. And she said, "Dad, what if our car broke down right now?" They had no cell service. And then Aaron, who I had worked with, approached me with this idea and said, "Would you like to develop this with me?" And we did that over the course of a year or two. Did an exhaustive search to find the right girl to play Alex. And then I was so excited when this man came on board. It really made the whole thing come to life.
And
For
what
me,
attracted you?
just an opportunity to play a character that had a responsibility of taking care of a large group of people that were living off grid, willing to do whatever it takes to support and maintain and sustain them. Um, you know, of course, I didn't have the amount of action that Ryan did, but coming from a stunt background, my father's a stunt man, and spent his lifetime in this business doing stunts. I never shy away from that. I always embrace a good action thriller, and I always love going up to Vancouver. We shot this thing on Vancouver Island, and the elements for me really became a second character in the
Mm.
movie. Whether it was rain, freezing cold, climbing out of rivers and lakes, as this
Rocky
man had
terrain.
to do all the time. It's like a Carol Ballard film. The elements become very important part of the movie, and I love that.
Yeah, you touched upon it there. Ryan, your character goes through the ringer, and especially in the first movie. Your character goes, you've got all the physical stuff going on. Did you actually get thrown in the river?
Yes, yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
actually jumped in the river, yeah. And it was freezing cold. And that's also one of the days that Amelie, who plays my daughter, and I really bonded because I took on a very paternal role. As soon as we would get out, I would make sure that she got the towels and the hot water bottles first. It really felt like she was my daughter and I was being protective of her. Yeah, it was a very physical shoot, especially shooting a movie and its sequel, both action movies and concurrently. And you get some bumps and bruises, and at this age, it's a little more difficult than it used to be. So I'm always one who also tries to do his own stunts, but I'm getting to the age where I'm a little more likely to let the stunt team handle certain aspects, and we had an incredible team to that end.
You bring up an interesting point. You think shooting two movies, the viewer might think, oh, we shot the first movie and then we shot the second movie, but we didn't have that luxury. We were shooting them simultaneously, so we'd literally have to sit down together and really clarify where we were, what we were doing. Run and do a quick change because we were using a same location but a different wardrobe, and there were some real challenges to that made it difficult at times. We had to look at each other and go, "Oh, okay, wait, no,
This is
that's
movie
this
two.
is movie two, not movie one." And we didn't have that luxury of shooting it sequentially, so it was a challenge.
And then just for the pair of you as well, again. So how did you sort of get in character for the role of Stanley and then for the role of Danny? Because you're complete polar opposites. One is, as you said, he reminded me of like Negan to some degree from The Walking Dead, whereas Danny was sort of like the special ops, sort of, you know, he's still wanting the action, but he wants to be with his family. How do you put yourselves in each sort of role?
Well, Ryan brought up a good point earlier. We were talking, and he said there's actually something very similar about the two because he's playing a father trying to take care and protect his daughter. I also play somebody that takes on the responsibility of needing to care and take care of my people as well. And I didn't really think about that aspect. So we're really working towards the same thing, even though we're completely different people.
Yeah, the motivations are similar. And I've done quite a few military projects over the course of my career. I come from a military family, so I've had a fair amount of tactical training that I could recall and rely on. And of course, we had to like brush up on as we made the film. But I enjoy that kind of stuff. I try to do it when I'm playing someone who is a military member. I want to do it as authentically as possible and pay the correct amount of respect and tribute to those who are enlisted. And yeah, that's a big part of this training for this.
And is it true you have a black belt in Taekwondo?
I do in Taekwondo and Aikido as well. I started when I was about 8 years old. I lived in a rough neighborhood and I was kind of small for my age, and my parents wanted me to be able to defend myself. And then I ended up teaching young people when I was a teenager. I fought in tournaments quite extensively on the East Coast. I won a tournament from a tri-state tournament in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware when I was like 16, and I still practice it a bit. I've surprising flexibility for a man my age.
Something funny just before we finish up. So I was telling my wife that about 1 mile. I was like, you should check it out. You'll like it. And then said that you were in it. And first thing she said was Cruel Intentions. And I was like, oh, this man's shooter. The second I know you from all the action things, and
Right,
she's got the wee throwback going on.
right.
See from people coming in just to see this. There's two chapters and they're released on the same day. What do you want audiences to take away from this, or what would be your pitch line to them?
Well, I think it's a thriller. It's an action-packed thriller. It has a fair amount of heart. It's got quite a few twists and turns. It's got an incredible
It's
performance.
fun.
It
It's a
is.
fun movie. I mean, it really takes you on a journey. So the personal journey between a father and his daughter, running into a crew of baddies that are looking to take something away from him, his daughter. To me, really provided a great vehicle to sit back and watch this action unfold. And Ryan does a great job with it. I was really impressed with his physical ability. I mean, these stunt guys that we had were top notch, and they really challenged him. There were moments when he and I would, step over on the side, and he was, breathing pretty tough, going, "What the heck is going on?" And,
Yes, sir.
and I was really really impressed by what he did, and I think the people will, when they watch the movie, they will see that, and the action in this movie is really really well done.
Yeah, and we had a good dust up in the kitchen that scene. We got into it.
Before you blew me up, oh, no giveaways. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, guys. It's been amazing. And for anyone checking it out, 1 Mile and 1 Mile Chapter 2 are released on the same day, and it's got two heavyweight icons in it, so do not miss it. And congratulations on the release of the movie, guys, and take care.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
brother.
much. Yeah.
Thank you.